Okay.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good everyone. First of all, the Honorable for our lecturer, Mr. Adzanil Primasakti, MPD, PhD, and the Honorable all of my classmates from English department. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the moderator of today's seminar. I'm very pleased to see you here and welcome all of you to this seminar. Today's seminar is about e-learning for English language teaching. Ladies and gentlemen, our speaker today are Nur Anissa Kalsum, Fani Wahyutullah, Erdia Majola, Mutia Khairunisa, Sulmi Saadah, and Mutia Jasmine Wahyuni. Before the presentation begins, let me inform how the presentation will be going on. First, the first presenter, Nur Anissa Kalsum, invited to present the material. After that, there will be question and answer session and followed by conclusion. Now, allow me to welcome to the speaker. But before, let us listen the speech by our lecturer, Mr. Adzanil Primasakti.
Okay, thank you, Zora. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa salli ala Muhammad. And thanks to everybody and welcome to all the participants, the students attending this webinar series, session 2, e-learning for English language teaching. This is a part of the class offered in Bung Hatta University English Department that the students are learning or studying e-learning management for English language teaching. As we know that English becomes an international language, that's very important. Then this subject, English, become a very important subject in schools. And in order to prepare better teaching for students, then there are many ways we can do in teaching and learning this subject. One of the best way is by using ICT, in information communication technology, by means of electronic system or e-learning system. Now here in this session, the students of Bung Hatta University English Department are studying the e-learning and e-learning management system for English language teaching. And in the second session, last week we have the first session and today we have the second session of this webinar. The students are sharing their ideas, focusing on certain applications which may be useful for English language teaching. And I hope this webinars runs very well, smoothly till the end of the session, and everybody get some information, share knowledge and understanding about the use of e-learning application and how to manage the e-learning system for better English language teaching and learning now and in the future. Thank you very much for attending the session and good luck, and hope you enjoy and learn many things from this webinar from the students who share their paper, their ideas about e-learning in many different applications. Thank you, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Enjoy the webinar.
Okay, thank you for the speech, sir. Now, allow me to welcome to the speakers, to the first speakers, Nur Anissa Kalsum, with the title of
Okay, thank you, host. And I will present my PPT. It's about the effectiveness of using ClassDojo as a learning tool to improve students' speaking in English skill. Next. English is one of international language which used by most class educated in the whole world. And speaking is a person's skill to produce sounds that excite at the meaning and be understood by other people, so that able to create a good communication. Furthermore, speaking is the used language to communicate with others. And speaking is an important to us to practice and learning more about English. English is important for our life now. Practice with both fluency and accuracy is the ability to speak or write without making any grammatical, vocabulary, function, and other errors. Fluency is the smoothness of flow with which sound, syllables, word, and phrases. It is important for us speak English language to be aware of how much we are talking English. Pair work and group work activities can be used to increase the time of us to speaking practice. And how to improve English? We can improve our spoken English if you practice regularly and follow the simple techniques. First, listen. The first step in improving your speaking skill is actually listening. Several benefits. It allows you to pick up new words, phrases, and ways to respond in conversation. Secondly, listening provides opportunities to understand pronunciation, how some words are omitted when speaking. Second, imitate. The benefit of imitation is that it will help you become more accurate in English without having to learn grammar rules. With lots of practice, you will begin to remember of words and phrases. This helps in remembering word patterns in a sentence and how certain words go with others. And in this application, I use ClassDojo application. ClassDojo application is an educational technology company. It connects primary school teachers through communication feature, such as a feed for photo and video from the school day, and messaging that can be translated into more than 35 languages. It is a global community of more than 50 million teachers and families who come together to share kids' most important learning moments. Class Dojo is also can use for practice your speaking English with your teacher, friend, or family. It also enables teachers to note feedback on student skill and create a portfolio for students so that families can be aware of school activity outside of meeting with teachers. Class Dojo can motivate students to learn and speak English. Very common like WA group, even though there are so many digital learning applications that can use for more attention students and motivate them to learn in order learning of today's millennial children keep upset. We cannot improve our speaking if we don't know about much vocabulary. Class Dojo helping teacher and student build wonderful classroom, communicated by encourage students and engineer parents. This application help us to learning English. Thank you. I beg to host.
Okay, thank you, Nuranisa. And the next speaker is by Wahyu Fanitullah.
Okay, thank you. Moderator, I will explain about my presentation, how to use memorize to improve and deepen reading and vocabulary. Yes, I will explain about how to use memorize to improve and deepen reading and vocabulary. Globalization has a significant impact to English language teaching ELT for decades. It is respond to globalization by encouraging the use of technology in English language learning, which is now only done in the classroom, but also online platform that connect to class and global scale. There is a positive relationship between vocabulary increase and reading comprehension in the English language learning. Learning vocabulary is very important because it is direct effective reading comprehension. For example, readers who have a wider vocabulary will find it easier to understand the word using a passage, result in better comprehension. Learner to read and vocabulary are very important. Vocabulary plays an important role of the student. The meaning of some word used in the reading of some words in the. In addition, reading skill are also important in learning English. Okay, memorize apps. Memorize apps use can choose from a variety of courses and topics, including vocabulary in English, and there is a feature to enter specific vocabulary they want to learn. In addition, these apps provide a personalization learning experience that can be tailored to user vocabulary acquisition level. The advantage of the memorize apps is the ability to make vocabulary learning easier to and more fun by using NQL learning technique, such as using memes and gamification. In these apps, user can choose from a variety course and topic, including vocabulary English, and there is a feature then specific vocabulary that they want to learn in. Okay, the advantage of memorized application learning English include the following. First, the use gamification technique is vocabulary learning so that learning become more interactive and fun. Second, there is a choice for course and learning level that can be adjusted to needs and ability of the user. Three, provides a personalization learning experience that can be vocabulary level, making a suitable for a wide range of English provincial level. Four, provides deeper vocabulary learning material that can be easily accessed without the apps. Five, provide English learning experience that can be accessed from free, or if you want premium feature, you can subscribe. Six, has a evaluation English learning feature with the video and image, helping users to understand more and vocabulary more easily. I think that's all my presentation. Wait, stop sharing gimana?
Okay, thank you for Fani Wahidullah. Next, we go on to the presenter third, Erdia Major. Time is yours.
Okay, I will explain about the implementation of the Bloom application as a learning to improve student speaking skills. Speaking ability is one of the key to success in the future. The reason is with the good public speaking skill, one can convey other of their duties. Coupled with the rapid pace of the technology like today, we can convey ID and solution to problem virtual without the need to meet face to face. With the convergence of technology and qualified public speaking, what we convey must be understood correctly. This is what is called public speaking 4.0, namely utilizing technology development to convey ideas precisely and consistently. Bloom application. Bloom is a learning and behavior management website and application that provides teachers with a simple way to communicate effectively between school and home. This application makes it easy for teachers to securely share pictures, class updates, and contact parents via message. Bloom can improve student speaking ability. This shows that most students agree that Bloom is a medium to improve English proficiency with the graphical, visual, and audio display that are used as audio program for native speakers so that they can support learning and improve English communication skills. The lessons presented are very interactive because users are required to say the correct word or sentence in English according to the material being studied. Next lagi. Satu lagi. Blooms can be downloaded at application store providers such as the App Store and Play Store for the free. So you can say that there are not costs required to get this application. Then in the term of appearance, the appearance is user-friendly and the presentation of fun material make Bloom very helpful in learning English. Next. Benefit and feature of Bloom application. One, streamline communication. Bloom offers a centralized platform for communication, enabling efficient and organized communication between teacher and parents. Two, parent involvement. Bloom encourages parental involvement by providing parents with the real-time access to their child, academic progress, attendance, and upcoming events. Three, classroom management. Bloom simple place classroom management by enabling teachers to share assessment, schedule, and important so. And the last, event of organization. The platform offers the robust event management tool, allowing school to effectively plan and coordinate school with the event, parents, teacher conference. I think that's all. Thank you. Udah.
Okay, thank you very much for Elvia Majola for giving us such informative and interesting presentation. Now we come to the next session, question and answer. I'd like to have 3 questions from the participants, please.
Salma.
Okay, Devi Arianti, please open your camera.
Okay, I have question about memorize apps. Can you explain what are the disadvantage memories apps in the learning process? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Devi, but can you help me to write your question in the column chat, please?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, the second, please, Rahmatika.
Okay, I have a question for Jola. What is the next implementation plan for Bloom App?
Okay, thank you. And Rahmatika, please write your question in the chat room.
I have a question for Nur.
Okay, Najla Zahira, please.
What is the purpose of this application?
Okay, thank you. It's same. Please write your question in the chat room. Well, ladies and gentlemen, already had 3 questions here. The first one is coming from Najla Zahira. The second one is from Depi Arianti, and the last question is from Rahmatika. And for the speakers who want to answer the question first.
I think I will answer the DP question.
Okay. Okay, please, Wahyu.
Okay, thank you, moderator. The question is, can you explain what the disadvantage memorize apps in the learning process? I think I have 3 points about disadvantage about the memorize apps. First, still focus on apps. Memorize tends to encourage user to memorize vocabulary and phrase without proving a deeper understanding of the content and their use in everyday sentence. Point 2, not always relevant content. Memorize has many codes and material provided by other user, which means their quality and relevance can vary. Use so be careful in closing material that suit their learning goals. Point 3, lack of emphasis on reading comprehension. Well memorized help expand vocabulary, it focuses less on the developing deeper reading comprehension, context understanding, influence, and text analysis often do not receive sufficient attention. I think that's all my answer. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Wahyu.
Okay, I will answer Najla question. What is the purpose of this application? It's class dojo. Class dojo to share kids' most important learning moment in school and at home, so photos, video, message, and more. And in this application, Class Dojo give us more practice English and experience in our day. I think just that my answer. Thank you, Najla.
Thank you, Anissa. Also, who's the next? The last question to be answered by Ferdia Majol.
Okay, I will answer the question by Rahmatika. What is the next implementation plan for Bloom application? Implementation plan for a Bloom application. One, next assessment. We will conduct a next assessment within our institution to identify specific communication challenge and requirement. 2. Customization and training. Once Bloom is adopted, we will work closely by Bloom implementation team to custom the platform according to our institution needs. And 3. Pilot testing. We will initially pilot Bloom with a select group of teachers, parents, and administrators to gather feedback, identify any issue, and fine-tune the platform before the full size rollout. And fourth, full-scale implementation. After successful pilot testing, we will implement Bloom as the our classroom and administrative unit. I think that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Edia Majola. And now, because we have two sessions of presentation, now we go on to the next session with the first speakers. Yeah, Khairunisa, is yours.
Okay, thank you for moderator. Okay, guys, I will present my PPT about how to using class 1 to 3 in the classroom. Okay, so globalization has effect on different aspects of the world. It is impact very strongly felt on the English language and regional languages and culture. Today, globalization had and will continue to have effect on many aspects of society, including language. One major consequence of globalization is the increased spread and interconnected of languages, in particular the English language. Writing skill, the process is complicated because it must get through a complex process, including planning, drafting, and reciting. Those are the reason why writing skills becomes burdensome for learners, especially the ones who perceive English as a foreign language. Understanding sentence structure and the different part of a sentence will greatly improve your writing skill. By using simple sentences, compound sentences, complex sentences, and compound complex sentences, you can improve skills and write with clarity and style. Structure constitute an important component in language study. By using structure, a learner can construct sentences. The next slide. In era globalization, we need to know how to teach writing and sentence structure very well. One of them is using application class 1 to 3. Using class 1 to 3, make teachers should carefully consider how they will use it. And class 1 to 3 has all the best bells and wish lists for behavior management, especially in writing. The next slide. Class 1 to 3 is like a classroom behavior management program, website, and apps. Class 1 to 3 has a lot of to recommend it because it's a great way for parents and teachers to stay in touch. It provides a discussion board with a very level of privacy where students, parents, and teachers can communicate in various combinations. It can also work as a space for teachers to maintain a private journal. The class goals will encourage students to be excited for one another when they earn wow cards. Maybe that's all. Back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you for the first speakers. And now we go on to the second presenter, Sumi Sada. Time is yours.
Okay, I want to tell you about the effectiveness of using music in developing students' pronunciation and speaking skill. So as you know, English pronunciation is one of the most important things that students have to master. This is because English pronunciation skill is the key to understand the meaning of the single English word. It also helps students to acquire English faster, communicate appropriately and fluently. The students must obligate pronunciation mastery to aid them to speaking ability. Pronunciation is the ability to use the correct stress, rhythm, and intonation of a word in a spoken language. Speaking is an interactive process of constructing meaning that involves producing and receiving and processing information, and it can be seen when you pronounce the words. Learning English of using WYSIC can give us the opportunities as much as possible to all of the learners, not only a certain people, but all of them. And WYSIC gives the opportunities for the learners to initiate oral communication. The part of oral communication competence is the ability to initiate conversation, to nominate topics, to ask questions, to control conversations, and to change subject. WYSIC is a cloud-based learning management solutions, or LMS, for higher education, test preparation, tutoring, and business users. WYSIC helps users to develop self-branded teaching or training programs and then delivered either in real time or as recorded lectures. WYSIC provides a complete solution to tutors, institutes, and organizations to deliver live online classes and launch self-paced courses. WYSIC has an integrated virtual classroom that enables online interaction with real-time communication that improves student engagement. And then the solution to solve the speaking problem English in WYSIC is by giving opportunities as much as possible to all of the learners, not only a certain person, but all of them. And then WYSIC gives the opportunities for the learners to initiate oral communication. The part of oral communication competence is the ability to initiate conversations, to nominate topics, to ask questions, to control conversations, and to change subject. In teaching English pronunciation, teachers practice some English teaching methods. For the activities, teacher usually asks the students to read a lot of text, pronounce the word, or practice some dialogues, or ask the question to speak up spontaneously. Improving your pronunciation can help your English more easily. And mostly, students cannot speak fluently because they lack of pronunciation of how to pronounce the words correctly. Having difficulty speaking and pronouncing word properly are common problems for many English language students. And they also have difficulty in their conversation, comprehending, or understanding with someone they talk to because lack of the ability to pronounce the words. The solution to solve the problem of speaking English of using WISIC is by giving opportunities as much as possible to all of the learners, not only a certain person, but all of them. For English teacher, we have to motivate students in learning process of pronunciation so students can perform their reading skill clearly in front of the class. And then English teacher should make teaching more interesting and more comfortable for students with given lesson more creative and use various of teaching method or strategy, especially in teaching speaking because it can improve students' pronunciation. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much for by Mutia Jasmine.
Okay, I will explain my presentation. It's about the effectiveness of using Socrates as e-learning tool in reading skill. English is an international language that is mandatory for students to learn. According to Masduki, 2016, in English learning as a foreign language, there are 4 skills that be speaking and listening. In reading activities, students not only directly read without understanding the reading they read, are required to understand the reading, which is referred to as reading comprehension. In the current era of globalization, the position of book has been replaced by electronic devices such as cell phones and computers. Those of interest and laziness of students in reading books make it difficult for teachers to conduct assessments to measure the extent to which students' ability to understand the reading text. Because of the lack of interest in reading, recent years, integration and use of technology enhanced students' teaching and learning experience in online collaborative classes. The use of technology certainly included with the availability of web applications. One of them is a creative application. According to Sudarso, reading is a complex activity by directly a large number of separate actions. Reading as an activity which includes the introduction of written symbols or sound symbols. Reading can also be considered as a process to understand what is implied in what is written. That is understanding the meaning contained in the written words. Reading activities include 3 basic skills, namely recording, decoding, and meaning. Recording refers to word and sentence, then associate them with the sound in accordance with the writing system's use. The decoding process refers to the process of translating a series of graphic into words. Meaning is a process of understanding meaning that takes place from the level of understanding, interpretative,
creative, and evaluative understanding. Socrative application. Socrative application is a student response system that allows teacher to easily create and run online quizzes. This app is easily accessible by teacher by visiting the www.socrative.com. Socrative allows teacher to design activity as well as control online quizzes. Using Socrative can make it easier for teachers to check students' responses where the teacher would get the results through email or as a file in the form of Excel. There are 5 units in Socrative: challenge, quizzes, response, room, reports, and result. How to use Socrative? For teacher, first teacher create an account, and then create a room and name the room into a class name. Then teacher can create quizzes by pressing manage quiz. After that, go back to the main menu and then press quiz based activity. Select the quiz that has been recreated and then the quiz begins. After the quiz is over, press end activity and the result of the quiz will be sent by email. And for students, first students sign into a Socrative application. After that, enter the room provided by the quiz that is displayed on the screen, and the last submit the quiz when you finish answering the entire quiz. There are so many advantages of using Socrative. First, appearance. In the appearance, teacher, there is no advertising and can be accessed easily because the appearance of this Socrative is displayed with a bright color, so it is easily distinguished. Then daily setup. If the teacher chooses to write the quiz first, it can be done online or through a spreadsheet with a simple color code. Easy of use. It is easily accessible and used because of its simple appearance. Teachers and students can use it easily with little technical skills. Educational benefits. And the last quiz, format and grading. There are several formats for creating quizzes, such as multiple choice, short answers, and right or wrong. Teacher can create problems online through spreadsheets with simple color codes. When conducting quizzes, teacher can see firsthand each student's answer or process. Conclusion. Socrative as an interactive assessment medium helps teachers in several ways. Teachers arrange tests and run them very easily and practically and inexpensively. Teacher can save time correcting students' quiz results because the system does it. In addition, the teacher also simultaneously obtains the results of the item analysis so that it can help the teacher produce a more reliable and valid assessment instrument. While the benefit for students are that they can immediately see the result of quiz after the quiz over. As an interactive assessment medium, Socrative is very user-friendly, low cost, useful, and practical. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for all the presenter giving us such informative and interesting presentation. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now come to the question and answer session. I'd like to have 3 questions from the participant. Please.
Okay, host, excuse me, I want to ask a question.
Okay, David.
Okay, I have a question for Sulmi Saada. The question is how to conduct the WIZIC application in classroom. Thank you.
Okay, David, thank you for your question. Please write your question in the room chat. Thank you. Okay, the second is from Raihana Fitria.
Okay, I want to ask question for the Mutia Khairunisa. My question is how to use this application class 1 to 3 in your classroom. That's all for me.
Okay, thank you, Raihana, and please write your questions in the chat room.
I will give question for Mutia Jasmine.
Yes, please, Najla.
What is the disadvantages of Socrative?
Okay, thank you for the question. Please write your question in the chat room. Well, we have already had 3 questions. The first one is coming from David Hidayatullah. The second one is from Raihana Fitria, and the last one is from Najla Zahira. And for the presenter who want to answer the question. Okay, Mutia Khairunisa, please answer the questions.
Okay, thank you, moderator. I will answer Raihana's questions about how to use the app class 1 to 3 in the classroom. So actually class 1 to 3 is like a classroom behavior management for the teacher will find useful, including a parent reminder system and randomly select students the ability to group students in seating plan and reward group. So in this classroom, actually, you just use this in the classroom, like to manage your class. Actually, this is class 1 to 3, the features of the teacher, and students will enjoy the animation and cartoons. And the teachers will likely find class 1 to 3 to be useful tools for the classroom. And with the cute graphic and animation will catch the students' attention and enjoy the whole class goals. And then the teacher can use in that classroom with timers and set the chart, help to keep things organized. And as a classroom management tools, class 1 to 3 is pretty simple. So you can choose a choice to communicate to the students' behavior and progress in the classroom. Maybe that's all for me. How about my answer, Rehana?
Okay, I think I can understand what Mutia explained. Thank you, Mutia.
Okay, thank you, Rehana. And back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you, Mutia Khairunisa, for your answer. And now we go on to the next questions will be answered by Sulmi Saad.
Okay, I want to answer the question from David. So the question is how to conduct the WISIC application in classroom. So the first, you can create the live class in WISIC. And to create a WISIC in the class, you need to log in as an instructor or as a teacher from the academy homepage. And then the post login page has several options such as library, courses, test, and live classes. And then as a teacher, you can execute the pre-class housekeeping task. The teacher can add attendance to the class if they have and access to attendance names and email ID or ID. And then you can conduct the live class. To start the live class, the teacher needs to log in a few minutes before the start time of the live class to ensure features such as audio, video, recorder are working perfectly, and the presentation and video files are uploaded in the content library for ease of access. And the teacher can start with a PowerPoint presentation to explain a few concepts of the materials, or use the whiteboard to draw certain materials. Then a lot of video from YouTube to show the application of the concept in a video, and upload a Word file with the assignment for the next class. And when the teacher wants full focus on what they speaking, she can change the layout to full screen video mode to reduce distraction. And then post-class activities. After the class complete, you get the option to download our video, or the students can download some video of the class, the material, I mean, and the students can download the class recording in the same class page. And the recording of the class can be shared with the student as well. Okay, I think it's enough.
Okay, thank you for your answer, Salma. I get the point.
Okay,
Okay, thank you for Sulmi Saada for the question. And now the last questions will be answered by Mutia Jasmine Wahyu.
Okay, I will answer Najla's question. Question is, what is the disadvantage of Socrates? There are two disadvantages of Socrates. First, teachers are required to rewrite questions they had planned in advance on the app and could not be copied through Word documents. And then there is no flexibility to modify the application to fit the needs of the teacher. But because of the lack of flexibility to modify the application can make it easier for users who are familiar with the feature. I think that's all the disadvantages of Socrates.
Thank you, Mutia.
You're welcome, Najla.
Okay, thank you, Mutia Jasmine, for your answer the questions. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we finally come to the end of this webinar. Before I close the seminar, I would like to take the conclusion from what the speakers has presented. From the first speakers, Nur Anissa Kalsum, with the title of the presentation is about the effectiveness of using ClassDojo as a learning tool to improve students' speaking in English skills. ClassDojo application is an educational technology company. It connects primary school teachers, students, and families through communication features such as a feed for photos and videos from the school day, and messaging that can be translated into more than 35 languages. It is a global community of more than 50 million teachers and families who come together to share kids' most important learning moments in school, at home, through photos, videos, messages, and more. And for the second presenter is by Erdia Majola, with the title of presentation is about the implementation of the Bloom's apps as a learning to improve students' speaking skills. Blooms is a learning and behavior management website and app that provides teachers with simple ways to communicate effectively between school and home. This app provides class updates and contact parents via messages. Students can improve
It seems to me there is a connection, disconnect, the connection problem.
Okay, I'm so sorry for the mistakes. Blooms is a learning and behavior management website and app that provides teachers with simple ways to communicate effectively between schools and home. This app makes it easy for teachers to securely share pictures, class updates, and contact parents via messages. Blooms can improve students' speaking ability. This shows proficiency with graphical, visual, and audio displays that are used are audio programs for native speakers so that they can support learning and improve English communication skills. The lessons presented are very interactive because users are required to say the correct words or sentences in English according to the material being studied. And then the last presenter by Fani Wahyudullah with the title of presentation is about how to use Memrise to improve and deepen reading. Memrise app allows users to choose from a variety of courses and topics, including vocabulary in English, and there is a feature of to enter the specific vocabulary they want to learn. In addition, the app provides a personalized learning experience that can be tailored to the user's vocabulary acquisition level. The advantage of the Memrise is its ability to make vocabulary learning easier and more fun by using gamification. In the Memrise app, users can choose from a variety of courses and topics, including vocabulary in English, and there is a feature on enter specific vocabulary that they want to learn. In addition, the app provides a personalized learning experience that can be tailored to the user's vocabulary mastery level, and the app is also free to access. Okay, that is conclusion by the presentation presenter. And now my classmate Anthony Lubis will conclude the session 2.
Okay, I will summarize by Sulmi Saada, the effectiveness of using WISIC in developing students' pronunciation in speaking skill. English pronunciation is one of the most important things that students have to master. It is because English pronunciation skill is the key to understand the meaning of the single English words. It also helps students to acquire English faster, communicate, appreciate, and plan. The student must get pronunciation mastery to aid them to speaking ability. Pronunciation is the ability to use the correct stress, rhyme, and intonation of words in spoken language. WISIC is a cloud-based learning management solution, or LMS, C for high education, test preparation, tutorial to use. In teacher English pronunciation, teacher practice some English teaching method. For the activities, teacher usually asks the student to read aloud a text, pronounce the words, practice some dialogue, or ask the student to speak up spontaneously. Improving your pronunciation can help you learn English more easily. By Mutia Khairunisa, the title is the implementation of using class 1 to application, writing, and sentence structure of English learning teaching. Globalization had varied effect on different aspects to the words, be it social, political, or economical. Its impact is very strongly felt on the English language and regional language and cultures. In era globalization, we need to know how to teach writing structures very well. One is using application class 1 to 3. Using class 1 to 3, make teachers should careful consider how they will use it. Class 1 to 3 has all the best bells and whistles for behavior management, especially in writing. Last by Mutia Jasmine Wahyuni, the effectiveness of using Socrative as learning to improve reading skill. According to Sudarso 20, reading is a complex activity by directing a large number of separate actions. Reading as activity which includes the introduction of writing symbols or sound symbols. Reading can also be considered as a process to understand what is implied in what is written. What is understanding the meaning contained in the written words. Reading activities include 3 basic skills, namely recording, decoding, and meaning. Socrative as interactive.
Okay, thank you for the conclusion by our lecturer.
Okay, thank you, Zora, Juni, also the moderator, and all the presenters today to share some ideas about the use of e-learning systems for English language teaching and learning. The very important thing that we understand here that there are many ways that we can do in order to develop the English proficiency. And the teaching and learning systems, adopt so many applications for English language teaching. And in these sessions, some of the students share ideas about how to use it, whether it is effective or not. It depends on the upcoming research. Now, I encourage students to do research on this issue, on the issue that you have so far concerned with, like the use of certain application. So you can do some more, some in-depth research to see how well this is effective, the application are effective for English language teaching and learning, so that you can contribute to the body of knowledge for English language teaching. And that's very important contribution from English Department of Bogota University. All right, I think that's all, and I appreciate all everybody's efforts in order to organize and manage this webinar. And this webinar is also live YouTube. Then you can also review your presentation. Everybody can also give some suggestion about the upcoming research, about the upcoming webinars. And for next session, we will have some more presenters, students, presenting their ideas about still using the different types of application for e-learning. So we have 8 students presenting next Wednesday. And I hope that everybody is getting ready and what they are, the topic brought by the students. So we'll meet again in upcoming session next week on Wednesday. See you. Thank you very much. See you again. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir, for conclusion in this part. And we finally come to the end of this webinar, and I would like to say thank you for all the speakers, for the presenter, for the informative and interesting presentation, and for all the participants for the very active participation. And I would like to say sorry for my mistakes. I'm Zora Aulia Putri as a moderator. Say sorry and thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi